Welcome back to another episode of Let's Get It Popping with your hosts Nicole
and Cam.
And today we will be discussing the brand new Super Mario Galaxy movie. It just came out this past weekend and we had to go see it. It's a childhood staple of ours.
And we recorded this last night, but somebody forgot to hit record. So if anything seems stale or repackaged, it's that somebody's fault.
Pop a squat, bro, because we're going to watch a sweet-ass flick.
Popcorn was made for watching the world go by. Look.
So I pop in the VCR to watch it.
Pop! Bam! Totally popped, right, Charlie?
Oh, you popped. You're going to be famous.
Here it is.
Stop!
So what did you think of the movie?
I really liked it. I feel like it's one of those movies that you don't need to be hyper focused on like it being a perfect movie. I think it was just meant to be a fun movie.
You can turn your critical eye off a bit when you're going to see a movie for children. If you're looking for a movie that is both nostalgic to your childhood and also, Oscar-worthy movie, you're not going to be going to very many movies. You're going to be sitting at home waiting for that movie to come out because they don't make many of those. I thought for what it was first of all, visually outstanding, stunning. It was fascinating seeing these two-dimensional platforming characters come into a three-dimensional world and kind of free roam through a world populated by the villains that we've seen in all these games. You got the Koopas, the Koopa Troopas, the Flying Koopas, the guys who throw the axes, the guys who throw the hammers, all the different villains from all the Marios, the Venus Flytrap guys. Mm-hmm. They're all represented here. And to see these characters not face real-world consequences, but three-dimensional consequences was just fascinating to me. It scratched kind of the same itch that Detective Pikachu did, where it lives in the world of these old video games that we know so well. It's not necessarily about the platforming or about the Pokemon battles. I really liked how they weaved the original music into the score. It wasn't overbearing or heavy-handed. They would just drop in the references to it.
Spaceballs the t-shirt. Spaceballs the coloring book. Spaceballs the lunchbox.
What I really liked is being able to see these characters really brought more to life. We saw that with Mario and Luigi in the first Super Mario's film, but it was really nice to be able to see like kind of a backstory for Peach and Rosalina. It was nice to see that, and I really was a huge fan of seeing Yoshi. Yoshi's been my favorite since I was a kid, so it was great to see like him being portrayed. And I know that Donald Glover's dialogue was kind of limited, but I still found it very adorable.
Much like a Pokemon, all he can say is his own name. So there wasn't much to work with there. And a lot of the dialogue in this movie is they lifted the audio of the Mario voice. The sound that Yoshi makes when he sucks someone in with his tongue. A lot of the dialogue of Yoshi was just lifted, it seemed like, from the video games. There was only one instance where Yoshi said his name and you could hear Donald Glover was behind that voice. We are both big Donald Glover fans going back to Community. We originally wanted to call this show Troy and Abed Talking Movies.
Troy and Abed in the morning.
Dan Harmon got in contact with it. He made it clear that, it's not me, it's the network is weird about it. Personally, I think it's cool. I think you guys are cool. I think you have a really good beard, he said to me. Yeah, so we actually had to call it Nicole and Cam, our actual names. In many ways, it fits us better, but in many ways, it's a worse name.
I mean, we could still use the ring of like Nicole and Cam in the morning.
Yeah, we still need to come up with a jingle.
Oh, we're not filming this.
Now, who'd want to watch this?
The thing that I kind of was like disappointed, I guess, was there wasn't any Donkey Kong in this movie. And
well, they showed him briefly. He didn't have any lines or anything.
Yeah. Like, it was nice to see him, but I would like to have kind of a backstory with him.
They'll probably delve more into his world in the next movie.
Yeah, I really I did love seeing Rosalina. I'm not like super familiar with her, and that the video games that I've played, I typically have not seen her actively been the character in. But it was great to see like her, and I wish that she was more utilized, like you were saying with Yoshi. I think she was very underutilized, and I wanted more out of that character. I did really think that those little stars were cute, though.
The girls were the heroes of the movie, while the men were off beating on each other for reasons that are still unclear. The women were busy saving the world, much like our real world circumstances. Princess Peach has been portrayed as, you know, a human treasure chest, a trophy to rescue and to be saved, and to not only see her with agency but like actual power. And she and Rosalina were clearly the most powerful people in the movie. That was really interesting, and delving in an opposite direction. It's a left turn for what we usually see out of Hollywood. So it's good to see that.
I did also like, there was one scene, there might have been more, but when they tried like the different like power things, then they changed.
Oh yeah, all the different power-ups from the games are in this movie, and you see how they change their outfit, and then when they take damage, they do. It plays the song that it plays in the video game when you lose your firepower or whatever, and then they go back to their regular clothes. I mentioned earlier about real-world consequences. It's still video game consequences, but it's true. They keep to the rules that have been established for the heroes, the villains, whoever wrote and produced and storyboarded all of this. It was very faithful to I keep wanting to say literature, to the source material. There's a scene towards the end in the big battle where Luigi steals the Bowser Jr.'s paintbrush, and he starts painting something that's supposed to come to life and save them, and it's just this black thing shows up, and he's like, I don't know how to paint, what do you want from me? But people who know Super Smash Brothers know Mr. Game & Watch is not to be trifled with. When he showed up, I knew he was going to be doing some damage.
Anything like from your childhood that they're like making into movies, you just have to be a kid again and not take these films seriously. They're not supposed to be something that you look at and go, oh my gosh, can you believe that they did this or they recycled this or whatever. You have to just, I don't want to say low expectations, but like don't want something more out of a movie that is kind of intended for kids and nostalgic seeking people. And that's what I am. I am both, so a child at heart, I should say.
I saw some reviews that were dragging the movie because it was just an endless stream of video game memes and references. That's exactly what you're looking for from a movie like this. Something that reminds you of the thing we loved playing and gets to explore those worlds in more depth than we got to in the video games. In the final battle, they do a really good job of piecing together the 3D rendered characters going through this dungeon to face Bowser and the real struggle that they're going through, and then they fade through the two-dimensional platforming version of what this would look like if you were playing it on your NES, and then they're back to the 3D rendered world. It was really neat to see how they wove that together. Who was your favorite character?
I mean, I feel like it's gonna be obvious, but Yoshi was my favorite.
Surprising no one.
Yeah, I was just so happy to finally like see a movie with him in it. I would love to see like a movie where it was just like focused primarily on him. I know I sound like such a I love everybody. Everybody's doing a great job, but I loved everything about it.
My favorite was Charlie Day as Luigi during the denouement when they're they've beat the final boss. They get back to Princess Peach's castle, where Princess Peach's castle was before it was. And they're like, Luigi, what happened to the castle? It reminded me of Charlie's character in Sunny. You could just see the gang hanging out at the bar, and Charlie's like, oh yeah, the castle, it died. Charlie, what the hell are you talking about? A castle can't die. Yeah, I know, but it died. He really let himself shine through in that moment in a way that they didn't get to for a lot of the movie. Jack Black got to put a lot of himself in with the, oh, look at me, I'm just running around with my son. Like his little mannerisms.
And I think I really loved when Bowser was tiny and he was trying to get over his like anger issues and stuff. I thought that was very amusing. I thought that was funny.
Wow. Sorry about that. That's the old Bowser talking. Still working through my demons, I suppose.
I thought that the turn when Bowser turned good wasn't necessarily earned, but you know, when he turned back to evil, this may be a spoiler too, but it made more sense to me that, well, yeah, obviously it's going to be easy to turn him back because there wasn't really any reason I saw for him to be good. Was there anything else that we said yesterday that we forgot?
I'm sure.
Directed by Aaron Horvath and Michael Jelenic, the guys behind Teen Titans Go, a show that is about 20 years too young for me, but I enjoy more than I should. There's no reason that you have to only consume things that are directed towards you.
Yeah. In this climate that we live in right now, I think it's important to have movies like this, just so that we have something that we can like escape. This was a great film to take our minds off of what we're going through, like in the world, and just take a break from all of it and enjoy our time and have fun with it. Like I said before, this is not a movie that you take seriously. It's all about having fun, and I felt like a kid again, and I really enjoyed that.
John Wick 7 just went into production. The new James Bond, Everyone's Gotta Die, is coming out soon. Everyone is so bloodthirsty all the time, and we're going to these murder porn shows and movies as a release, but you know, the thing that we use to relieve tension just makes us more tense. I think we're going in the wrong way as a civilization. We need more of this just silliness, just fun. Yeah, don't take yourself so seriously.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for joining us for another episode of
Let's Get It Poppin'.
And we will be back soon. Bye!